make a vet come out. Guns and butter, baby. This Friday we'll be at BA Start, the bar, arcade bar downtown. Cool. I don't want to talk about this too long, but I do want to bring it up because people be asking for this kind of attention, and I want to make sure I give them what they asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about giving the people what they want, and so this apparently is what this guy wants. So I'm gonna give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Voice of SM says troll hunting. Damn, which dick eating anti-CTC hater is bugging now? You know what? I can't even say that this guy is anti-CTC. I think he's actually anti the whole coast, honestly. And he's from the coast, which is not weird. I think that's actually pretty normal, people from the coast being against the coast. But he's someone, I don't really know who he is. Maybe I do, but he's always in my comment. Not always, but anytime he does hop in the comments, he has nothing positive to say. And then he acts like everybody does what he does when he's the only one that really does that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird projection. But I had posted this about Demiza posted Demiza, who, if you don't know, he's a producer from Santa Barbara who's done really, really big things for hip hop. Like he worked with Nate Dogg. I think he's responsible for Shade Shiest. I don't know if that's big for hip hop, but he did do big things for Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg. A lot of big things at radio. A lot of shit for the West Coast. He's a legend. He's a legendary producer, legendary radio host. And he's back on the coast. He's back out here on the coast, and he's been going crazy, posting content, posting stories about things he's experienced in his life, giving advice to artists, giving advice to radio DJs. And so he posted one of his pieces of content that I decided to react to. Let me go ahead and reset it, and I'll play what he said, and I'll play my reaction, and then I'll get into the troll hunting.
DJ Khaled thing. I finished up one record last night that I vocal produced. I didn't do the beats on these. There's one, I'm not going to say any names of any of the people that I'm working with yet. But a mega producer buddy of mine gave me a song last night, just an unreleased that he had. So, I mean, this is going to be great. I haven't shopped a deal. I haven't done anything.
Order in the court.
I'm going to do this grassroots organically from the bottom, like I was an independent artist just starting out.
Then that means the question is, are you going to let artists from the coast submit music for this project? We need an answer, Demiza. What's good?
So the Demiza Presents process has begun.
Cool. So there it is. So Demiza Presents part 2. Basically, he's putting together a DJ Khaled type project with all of his contacts, all of his producer homies, and he's tapped in the producer world to all the best producers. He's going to put together a project and shop it like he's an independent artist, but he has major label connections. And so my question was, are you going to include any artists from the coast, especially black artists from the coast? Because I know he taps in with artists on the coast, but they usually tend to be Latin. But there's obviously I don't even care if it's me, but there's tons of Latin artists that he's ignoring, or whether maybe ignoring is too strong of a word. Maybe he doesn't know about them, like Shorty Doo-Wop and others. And then I haven't seen him tap in with no local black artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's my question to him, respectfully. But then some sucker ass, whole ass nigga hopped in the comments talking reckless. So my caption was, should Demiza allow artists from the coast to submit music from his new project? King Trip said Demiza been fucking with the coast, which is true because I saw Demiza in the studio with King Trip, and that fully counts as my guy. That fully counts. And then Rare Breed 805 says my guy Miz. So, you know, people are paying attention. But this guy, Hugh_.lgh, is always in the comments talking shit for some reason. So he added King Trip, and he said, what artist has he put on? And so I went on to say, and first of all, mind you, this guy turned off so you can't reply to him. If you at him, then it erases the comment. You're not allowed to at him. So I hate sensitive trolls, first of all. Like, they're the worst. They're the worst kind of trolls, are the sensitive ones that want to have their opinion out in the world but don't want to get bothered by your opinion, so they turn off their ats. That's some whole shit. But So I replied to him without adding him because I couldn't. I said, I hate when people ask questions that you can't respond to because I couldn't at him. But I said, I don't know about put on. I don't know what put on means, but I've seen the Miz rock with TMK 100K, Emmanuel Sings, Lil Bam, King Trip, Oxnard Pugs, Lil Bones, and a few others. I haven't seen him rock with no black MCs from the coast yet, but I'm sure it's coming. And I put hopefully in parentheses. And then Hugh responded to me. I want to say Hugh, but H.LGH responded to me by saying, doing events with someone is not the same thing as giving them airplay or putting them on your record. I'm talking about on Shade Shice level. When most people make it out the Central Coast, they leave and never come back, but don't blame them. So this guy is obviously bitter towards the coast because he's always talking about how people leave the coast and never come back, or how the coast is never going to be on. Like, that's all he ever has to say. And so my thing is, like, I was not talking about giving us airtime. I'm talking specifically about the Mizza Presents. You feel what I'm saying? You go into left field talking about some shit nobody but you is talking about. I'm not asking. Nobody's asking for airtime. Nobody's asking to get put on Shade Shice level. My question solely is, will 805 artists get a chance to submit to the Mizza Presents? That's it. So I don't know what you're talking about. So I responded saying, you're the only one talking about shows. I'm talking about records, but you'd have to actually participate and pay attention to the coast to know that. You constantly hating doesn't count as paying attention. And then he says, sir, I'm from Lompoc and y'all hate on each other. That's why your scene hasn't blown up yet. Notice that he says I'm from Lompoc, but he calls it my scene, which indicates that he doesn't think he's from the scene. He wants to have some sort of say in what happens with the scene. He wants to give his opinion about the scene, but based on how he refers to it, he clearly doesn't see himself as a part of it. So why you speaking on business that you don't have nothing to do with, man? Shut your whole ass up and make some drums, Metro. Shut up. So I said, on the contrary, you're usually the only negative one in my comments. Don't put that on us, because there is no us doing this. It's only you. And then he says, I'm rarely in y'all local business. I moved on from that place. Hustle on 0 too. And then I said, but every time you are in the comments, you don't have anything positive to say, just like now. The only hater I see is you. So again, shut your whole ass up and go make some drums. And then all he had to say back was an emoji, because that nigga Uno said, hey, ask him his credit score. I am done with this shit. Yo, I can't, man. You know what he really needs to do?
Let that coochie breathe.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to let that coochie breathe, man. His pussy is just, it's moldy. It's all moldy and crusty. You know what I'm saying? He needs to
let that coochie breathe
and get the fuck up out my comments and go make some drums, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And like, for me, I ain't finna, it ain't an argument. Well, I guess it is an argument. I had time for that nigga today. But to me, like, when we talking about the coast, especially like if you are somebody who only constantly hates on the coast, you have nothing positive to say, you don't consider yourself part of the scene, you clearly don't believe in the scene, then shut up. Shut your whole ass up and go make some drums. You know what I'm saying? Like, your opinion does not matter, period. End of story. Like, motherfuckers outside are crazy. I don't know what that shit is about, man. I don't like it though. But let him take this however he wants to take it. If you want to add to the commentary, you can find the Mizza post on my personal Instagram. That's Lord of the Sanctus. You can go add your commentary as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could take his side, but I don't feel like I'm wrong. But let me know. The name Uno says he got black chic. He got black Sheikah on and black skull cap with no branding. We know his credit score, 300 or lower. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to keep it about the coast. But if you want to go comment that, by all means, go comment that. You feel what I'm saying?